Good morning and welcome very much to this year-end report from SaltX Technology Holding AB. I have Harald with my side here.
Hello, good morning.
CFO, and myself, Carl-Johan Linnér, CEO. And again, very much welcome to this presentation. We will do as normal that we put the question and answer session at the end of this presentation. And we will go through some slides now, and you're happy to put the questions anytime during this presentation, of course. So who are we? SaltX Technology is a Stockholm-based company which has been working with sustainable technology to make it possible to be an enabler to the transition towards the global decarbonization. Our three cornerstones in the company is really that we want to build the technology around scalable technology. What does that mean? Well, it means that we are targeting the largest sizes of energy storages, and by being able to do that, we need technology that could scale in a positive way. In the middle block here, you see the key technical partners. And that's, of course, very, very important that we are working with the key partners and that we are able to attract the key partners and that the key partners see an interest in what we are doing. And I think that is the case. We have a number of them. I will come back to that later on. And we also have a storage solution that is unique. And by having that, we also create value for our customers. So we are an enabler, said that, towards a global decarbonization, and we do have a clear roadmap for commercialization. If we start with the latest news from our company, as you probably have seen, there is a number of press releases during the last week only. There was one press release yesterday, and there was one before that, day before that. But if we start from the left-hand side here on the picture, the Stockholm pilot plant, as we have named it for a very long time, actually is the Bollmora location at Vattenfall premises in Stockholm. We do have a cooperation, as you know, since Berlin also with Vattenfall. And now we have it together with Vattenfall in Bollmora, and we're very happy to do that because we have, first of all, it's Vattenfall, but secondly, it's also the case that we have a closeness to our organization here in Stockholm, which means that people from our research and development team could be there very often, and they could test and they can make some investigation about different things and support the installation on a daily basis. We came out with another press release about the Saltx charging reactor, which seems to be working very well, and we will continue with the test with the whole function of charging and uncharging reactor together with the subsystem that we are planning for now, and we're working with that. We have seen a number of delays in the material for the reactor side here due to the situation as we do have in the world market, but we have managed pretty well to cover up for those delays in deliveries that we have had for especially the electrical part that we have doing this electrical system for control system for the charging reactor and uncharging. The middle section on this picture is the collaboration with Alfa Laval. We are pretty happy to announce that 2 days ago, and I can say that we have had discussion with Alfa Laval for pretty long time, and now they are and we are ready for this cooperation. And what we are going to do is actually to use the heat exchange technology that they are very good at, and to be able to increase the efficiency, the round trip efficiency of our complete installation. We have signed this agreement. We have had a couple of workshops, visits all the time. We have been to Bollmora, and they have seen it. And I mean, I cannot enough explain how valuable that is, that they will see the complete installation by themselves and take their own conclusions where the heat exchange will be possible to install. That would have been more difficult in Berlin. So again, we're very happy with this possibility in Bollmora. What Alfa Laval has also done, which is really the sort of say that one of the founders is the LDES Council. It stands for Long Duration Energy Storage Council. And this is a pretty new council and association with producers as well as the users for long duration energy storage applications. And we are part of that, and so are many others. And this is a very good thing, because we will be able to do the marketing and the lobby thing, and to be able to show all the society that this is really a crucial and needed product if we should go into the fossil-free society. The second, the last one here on the right-hand side is really the press release that we sent out yesterday. And it has to do with the charging reactor. We have for a certain time been working with this innovation. And it's an innovation that we are utilizing a very high temperature, which means that we can also do a higher charging power into our process. And this is actually something that is not only on the paper here. I mean, this is something that we have tested and that we have done. And we will take the advantages of doing this in our charging, using this in our charging reactor. We are, of course, continue to cooperate with colleagues. There's no doubt about that. But there is a ongoing discussions together with us how we should do this in the best way. We have a patent. I shouldn't say we have. It's a pending situation about the patent. So we think that this is really it could be a very crucial component in our storage solution. By doing this innovation, we have also seen other possibilities. There is no secret that the industry is looking for some sort of electrification in various fields, and we believe it's a bit early maybe to say this, but we strongly believe that we could fill a gap here of technology that could be used. What it actually concrete means, we have to come back with that. I can't tell you at the moment, but we are going to use this innovation now for the EnerStore charging reactor, and we know that we feel that it could be used in other applications, but we will come back to that. But it's all about electrification of the industry. Important milestones. You might have seen this before. I mean, we went public 2016 and 2017. The EnerStore concept was born, and in April 2019 we actually opened up the Berlin plant at Vattenfall. It was a power to heat installation, and the plan was actually that we should continue with that installation and to make a shift to another technology that was more suitable to scale up. The Corona situation came along, and we decided that we should go for Stockholm instead. And now we are in Bollmora, as I said, in Vattenfall. We are very pleased with that, and we are installing charging reactor and a discharging reactor from Sumitomo for two-wheeler. And we are also, not only that, I mean, the energy storage system also consists of various subsystems, which is very important. So we're getting to a point now where we actually are optimizing the subsystems as well as the reactor sizes. I think we will get some questions if about Luleå, and I can inform you about that situation. We informed you earlier about a possible installation in Luleå. It was a heat-to-heat installation. We are at the end of a pre-study together with Swerin, which is a steel industry branch organization. Together with them, we are working with this pre-study, and we have actually prolonged the pre-study until we are 100% sure what we are going to do here. It's happening a lot in the industry, especially the steel industry, and they are converting into green steel production in various technologies, and we have to make sure. I think it's my obligations really to secure that we are getting the best value for the money. So we will continue. We will finalize this pre-study, and once it's ready, we will of course communicate the results to you. But you can say that it's so far it's been extremely good, because we have increased the discussions and the frequency. We have been showing to Swerin, which is the branch organization, what we can do from a technology point of view, and they have really taken our technology into their heart and say that this is a possible solution that we could use. Exactly where and how, we don't know yet. We hope that we will be able to communicate this in the result of this pre-study at the end of this first quarter. Renewable energy. You have seen this picture before, and it's all about peak shifting to charge the battery once you have the sort of overcapacity of wind, and to discharge it when you have undercapacity of the renewable. We know, everyone knows that once the renewable energy comes up to a high level of the total energy in a region or in a country, the need for storages is increasing. So once you get up to 50-60% of renewable energy, you need about 1/5 or 20% in storages, and that is a rule of thumb that everyone knows about. So the energy storages could be, of course, of various technology and various applications and so on, but we think that we could be one of them, one of the supplier in those storages applications. Where are we? What arena do we have? Well, we think that when it comes to the capacity, we, as I said, since we have working towards a scalable technology, we want to scale it up to a capacity of more than 10 megawatt hours and upwards. There is, of course, a limit upwards, but we think we see it as a between, well, slightly below 10 gigawatt hours. It's all depending on the material, how much material we do have. And then the storage time could vary between days and weeks and months, really. And that's our unique advantages, where we can have a long storages. That might, as you see, that there are other technologies, and so we are filling this place here. That's our arena. We've been working with 3 different applications under development. We have the heat-to-heat, we have the power-to-steam, we have the power-to-power. Power-to-power is very often equal to the lithium-ion battery, and it's a good technology, but once it's getting up to large sizes, it's getting out of hand in costs, extremely expensive. The heat-to-heat is also interesting, of course, but we have chosen in now to really to focus on the power to steam application. Berlin was that, Bollmora is that, and all the discussions we have with our partners and we our customers and possible customers, we talk power to steam. And you can also, not many people know about this, but actually 49%, almost 50% of all global energy consumes as a steam. And this is also on the negative side, of course, when it comes to the global emission. 43% of all global emission comes from steam and heat, but that we are going to change on. And one of the way of changing it is the next page, where we will talk about renewable steam on demand. What we see on the bottom here of the picture is the situation today, where you are transporting oil or by truck or shipment, or you have pipelines, you coal, and you put it into a fossil fuel tank, the storage of the tank. And then once you need the steam, you put the burner on and you are generating CO2 emission, of course, but you're also generating the steam by this burner. And the emission rights are getting sky high at the moment, as I maybe said, in 90 euros per ton CO2, and it's getting expensive for the industry to make this production here. Not only that they are getting a lot of badwill because of the CO2 emission, but it's also cost-wise bad for them. So the customers and the supplier of this of the equipment is now looking into how can we change this? How can we take away the emission of CO2? So it starts with, of course, with a renewable sourcing of energy, solar, wind, and by the electrical grid, which we will then heat up the material, and we can have different alternatives here, heating alternatives. You can use heat pump. You can use resistive solution. Resistive is comparable with our solution that we have in Bollmora with the Saltx solution. Plasma is another possible technology, and there are a number of others. And then we're going to do a storage of heat, and once you need the storage, you will use it in the processes. So renewable steam on demand. And this is a very clear and application, and it's getting advantages directly if you can do this change. And it's in the hands of the industry itself. They can choose themselves here. So by doing this, you eliminate the high cost, but you also eliminate the emission of CO2. The platform that we do have at the moment, power to heat, is a charging reactor. That's the tallest one on the picture here. Is the Saltx reactor. The discharging reactor is actually the Sumitomo Foster Wheeler reactor. We have made a common design of that one. And then we have the material itself. It's produced by Nordkalk and Wacker. And as recently was announced, Alfa Laval is also a very important partner to us, and ABB is also a very important partner to us when it comes to electrical and control systems. And I would like to say that it's a very strong partner team as we do have here. I know by myself that I've been sitting on the other side and looking on the small companies and coming up with new innovations and all those new ideas that it's not, certainly not all of them, that it's creating interest on the big company side. But we have had the discussion with Alfa Laval for a long time, and we have had the discussion with ABB for a long time, and some other partners also. So we know that we have been able to create some interest, and we have been able to show them that we have something that they could build on. And also very important, of course, is that the technology we have is actually sort of part of their strategy in the long run. They want to be part, they realize that the energy storage market is very, very important in the future. And they have also seen, I think, that we have the drive and we have the competence in our organization to sort of create a win situation for them. And by doing that, we also create a win situation for us. So I'm very pleased with this partner team, as we do have today. It's a strong team. We are also developing the subsystem between those various components as we do have in a good way. So we are on our way to a pre-commercial installation, which this picture also shows you that we are between a development phase and commercial phase. What we mean by pre-commercial is actually that the customer is taking a more financial role in the storage application, and that could of course varies when it comes to amount of money or other manpower or other equipment supplier or whatever. But it's also important that we keep on searching for soft money, and there is a lot of soft money in both in Sweden and the EU, and we have a finger on that one, and we're following that one. It's a bit bureaucratic maybe to do those applications, but we think that we could use a little bit of copy and paste in various applications that we do have. And we see that we are creating interest and we build competence in our organization also and build value. So we are heading towards this commercial phase, but before we go into 100% commercial, we think the plan is that we will have a pre-commercial situation. Roland, what do you say?
Thank you.
Your turn.
I'll keep it rather short, and Carl-Johan have mentioned it already, how we try to make the most out of our financial resources by combining them with contributions from public sources, both Swedish and international. We have been successful in that in the past, and we will continue to do efforts to apply for that. And that's what's already ongoing. And in combination, we also refer to the support given by our partners of different kinds. And as we're getting further and further in our development and in validating and verifying our technology, we will get further support and also obtain customers and partners who will actually participate in mounting the pilots and the pre-commercial facilities that we plan to present. And that's all really what I wanted to say on our financials.
Okay, thank you very much. We're heading into the questions and hopefully then answers also. The first question comes from Andreas, and will you try to communicate, do marketing more, and in that way start building the brand SaltX? First of all, I would like to say that we have a pretty strong brand, SaltX. We see that when we are getting searching for new people, etc., with the people and the competent people that we are approaching us. But yes, we will put in the next gear, so to say, in the communication for sure, and you will see that in the near future. We have employed some people also to be able to do this, and I sincerely hope that, and I trust that you will see a change of this branding.
How much money is left is the next question, and I refer, of course, back to the financial statement. And we had at the end of the year 51 million crowns, and that's slightly better than what we had at the beginning of last year. And in between, of course, we have spent money on our organization and on our pilot, as well as that we did an issue in May of last year. And what is expected for this year, we won't comment going forward.
An issue today, when we look at the share itself, is that people don't trust SaltX as a company anymore. I thought the best potential to get it more users is to outside of Sweden. Outside of Sweden, it will also make it easier for SaltX to do a new emission.
Well, we can only say thank you. Yes, we just thank you. We will take that to our heart and see what we will do with that suggestion. How do we work on plan to do them better in the future? Yeah, you've already commented on that we are strengthening, putting in the next gear in our marketing, including, of course, our investor relation. The best way with our investor relation is, of course, to explain what we do and explain the results we achieve and obtain results and present them. And just the last week, Carl-Johan has commented that on the press releases that we have sent out to the market. Those are very important steps and very important tools to communicate to the market, as is this presentation of our year-end report.
But it is an important issue, and once as I kicked off this meeting today was really that it's a changeable world, and there's a lot of things happening out there, and we need to be out there. Of course, we need to be seen as an enabler as we are, and we need to work on this one, absolutely. I think that will close the meeting. We don't have any more questions. Do you have any more comments, Harald?
No, I'm fine.
And again, thank you very much for calling in, and thank you, and talk to you later.
Speak to you soon again. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.